This is the Seine Valley here, and the light is very soft and very luminous. And Monet was very aware of that. I mean, all of the Impressionists worked in what the area called the Ile-de-France around Paris or on the Normandy coast, because this part of France does have this very beautiful translucent light. But I think the quality of the light here in Giverny was one of the main reasons that Monet acquired this property and made his garden here. For the last 20 years of his life, this garden was his exclusive subject, and he actually began painting it in the 1890s, and he didn't die till 1926. And he's painting an environment that he himself has created. And I think that interconnection, that symbiosis between the artist and the gardener is truly remarkable.
He'd always had the taste of nature, good taste, knowing how to use colours, but I think he had to learn about gardening first of all, but he was very keen, he learned quickly, he was passionate, he had a big library, he was buying magazines and learning from magazines, surrounding himself with gardening friends and good advisors.
There's two gardens here really. I mean, we're standing in what was called the Clos Normand, sort of enclosed Norman garden, much more traditional garden. When he took over the house, he started renting it in 1883, and then he buys it in 1890. And in some ways it's still got that formality, as you can see that it's divided into these beds and these long alley pathways in between. But within those beds, the planting is really quite loose and informal. And I think he was influenced partly by current ideas in garden design, many of which were coming from England, from garden designers like William Robinson and Gertrude Jekyll. But then, of course, on the other side of what is now the road, in his day was a small railway line, is the famous water lily garden, and there the influence is much more Asian and Oriental, with the water lilies and the bamboos and the weeping willows. I think it's not always appreciated the extent to which Monet was an incredibly knowledgeable and serious gardener. He really knew about plants and horticulture. So the garden itself, I think toward the end of his life, he actually said that the garden was his greatest work of art.